We stand in solidarity with our community. We've been here for a long time, and we hope to continue to be here with the support of our community, and we hope that justice is brought to the 4 officers on the scene.
Yeah, now you weren't here that day that happened, huh?
No.
Okay. Last question, I was at this other store about 5 blocks away. They said they get counterfeit all the time, but they never call the police.
We don't either. We don't ever usually call.
Okay.
The employee that was working felt it upon himself to make the call, and it's unfortunate they were called, and if I was there, it would have never happened.
And I've been trying to become a mental health advocate for the longest, because mental health it also plays a key portion into a lot of the trauma that we get into out here. And I'm not saying that it's related to that situation, but we don't address our trauma. And so then we come out here and we don't know how to release it. You see what I'm saying? So it manifests like that.
Good comes out of chaos, and something good's going to come out of this, guaranteed.
I don't blame the community. I don't think it's right. I don't think, innocent people, houses burning and people being out of jobs and all this other stuff is right. But I get where they're coming from.
The universal consciousness is shifted from fear of a virus to rebellion. We don't care about that no more. We care about this. We up here with masks, but ain't nobody keeping those 6 feet. Look at it for real, for what it is. We love each other.
If we're in a crisis, right? We talking about COVID, and our closest grocery stores have just been looted. So where are we gonna get groceries from? But yet we still out here giving and giving and giving. This is love.
The Constitution says that we are all entitled to the privileges and the rights of everyone. So it's unfair that it's being given to one race and being detached from the others.
The Constitution guarantees us all, and the way I view things is that as long as bad cops are allowed on the force, there can be no good cops, because the good cops are allowing this culture in, protecting it.
It's their job to be serving us and protecting us, so nobody deserves to be treated like that.
I am here for this man. I'm here for every man and every woman that has died over and over, constantly. I am here for all of them, and I speak for them. My ancestors speak through me, and I am here for you.
As an African-American woman myself, married to an African-American man who wants to have African-American children, it's a scary thing to think about, that bringing children into this world, you're literally bringing children into this world just to be scared for their lives, to have to teach them to fear people that are around them, to be judged, to be hated.
Prophet Noble Jew Ali said, you gotta learn to love. That tells you something. You have to learn to love.
If you're truly an American, you have to stop saying I and mine. You have to start saying we and ours, because we're all in this together.
I've got friends on both sides of the law. I got friends that work for the police department, and I've got friends that work outside the police department, and I know people that work in the intel, and they've already told me on numerous occasions that they've made arrests. Citizens have caught people not from this community, not from this state, riding around in unmarked cars with no license plates that are blending in with our community and tearing our community down, along with, unfortunately, people that are from this community, which is the most disheartening, because we're tearing down our own communities.
What we see on social media, we see rioting, we see black people. We see burnings, we see black people. We see looting, we see black people. And that's just a sad reality that every time it's something bad, it get tagged with black people. But we don't see this. We don't see that it was black people that brought us all together. We don't see that it's black people standing up, protecting the businesses. We don't see that it's black people protecting the police officers. We don't see that it's black people building relationships. That's something that social media don't want people to see, because that's the truth.
There are specific people that are going in here covered up, incognito, or just in plain clothes. They'll break the windows, and they know that after the windows are broken, people are going to loot the stores. But you can't sit up here and blame all the smoke and the after effects when the sparks that sparked the flame into the inferno weren't addressed. We have to address that.
I would like to say that since George Floyd, this whole tragic incident has happened, I've never seen the city come more together. We were marching in Uptown, Lake Calhoun area, some of the most wealthy areas. And people were coming out of their houses, you know, supporting the protesters.
Really change, you know. So no matter what, so all people are the same, you know. So we don't want to be like killed by police, you know. So I'm afraid now, you know.
Are you scared of the police?
Yeah, of course. Why not, you know?
I used to work for a private police force in Florida. So I know, I wrote the training manual. I know how their training is. I've watched 30 officers get tased and pee on themselves so they know what tasers feel like. They know what this stuff feels like. So for me, I'm like, okay, some training, some different type of training needs to be put in place. And if those police don't follow those things, then they need their ass kicked out. You know, they always have these tests to get into any occupation, right? How come they don't have a test put in place where they actually have a lie detector test to ask a cop, is they racist, before they even let them on the force? Now you ain't got no excuse.
I think we need to interview and really know who's going to be part of our police system, know where their heads are mentally and emotionally, on how they feel about the community and who they're going to be protected and served.
And I've worked security for 20 years with these guys standing right here next to me. And there's been plenty of times we whoop motherfuckers' asses. And it takes one of us to knock another guy off and say, look, you're doing too much, it's over with. These are trained officers. They know when it was over. They made no attempt to make a formal arrest. All they did was wanted to just restrain him until he tapped out, ultimately.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description. And thanks for watching StreetTV.net.